So, as I was just trying just to live through it all, I prayed every day to God. I said, God, I just want justice for my girls. I kept praying to soften my aunt's heart and open her eyes to this master man. My aunt and I had not talked for like 2 years once this stuff came on. She was my blood enemy, and I was hers. So I began to have the relationship with Nay like my aunt that helped raise me. Nay replaced her for a while for me. We go out to eat every day, and my aunt, my blood aunt, used to do that. Not every day, but at times. And she gave me money to take care of myself, or little things that I couldn't afford, she'd buy. Not all the time. I called her bae. She said, "You call me bae because you want something." My blood aunt, that is. My blood aunt, I called her bae. But that was not all the case. I had nicknames for all my uncles and aunties, so. But bae was my favorite. But she had let her husband James totally, totally hurt me and my children. She didn't know about it. I'm saying she took up for him. She went against blood for her man that she knew had been in prison, and he could not be trusted. She thought he was telling the truth, but he didn't. Those 2 years was the hardest years, not being able to love her or to talk to her. Well, I was still not able to get justice for my girls, but something did come up. And that 2 years I took away from my aunt of contacting her and being around her or him. I didn't want to be near him. I was going to hurt him. He took and he robbed someone's house. He robbed a guy that was at my house. At the time my girls came in and told me that they had been touched, he robbed that guy's house. He busted out the window, they got his DNA, and he went back to prison for that. I was most happy when that happened. I was most happy and grateful that he was off the street, that he couldn't hurt anybody. I am not sure how long that work took. But I did, once he left, I contacted my aunt. And these are the things I told her. I said it did happen to my children, but I forgive him. And I forgive you for taking up for him. Even the people involved, and I'm not saying anything, they sabotaged it all. The most higher people up that are supposed to protect it, they sabotaged it. They were my family. They sabotaged it with her. They sabotaged the evidence with her. I never got justice for my daughters. But this year, I tell you I did, and I'll tell you how. So, he went to prison and I contacted her. We got back in touch with each other and we touched on bases. He had been on crack and everything else again, something he said he wasn't going to be on, my aunt said. He went back to prison and she was taking care of him. She's been selling her prescription pain medicine to people, to addicts and things. Percocet, oxycodone, and Vicodin she was sell. She had about 4 or 5 bank accounts with money. She was stacked up. Okay. And she started to stack. God wanted me to take that time with her in that year or so that I needed with her, and I did. I did what he said. She will always pay for things more. She asked about the girls, but the girls didn't want to come back home with me. The real reason too is because they were afraid I couldn't protect them. They told the child services, we don't want to go back home with mom because she might let us go back to auntie's. We don't want to go back there. I guess deep inside they thought I wasn't strong enough. And I understand and I respect it. Then, at their age, to make that decision, and I understand that. So it happened, and my sister took custody of both my children. At that time, I had was diagnosed with cancer, and the womb is what they said I had. So normally, when doctors tell you something like that, you believe, right? So yeah, I had a hard time there, but I was chopping everything up and trying to make it. And I'll be right back.